Hey everyone, this is Ian with AlphaCars and Ural of New England. I have not one, but two Urals in front of me today. The one on the left is a terracotta and gray metallic gear up, and the one on the right is the gear up Hornet, we like to call it. It's a black and yellow striped colorway. These both are brand new bikes, 2023 model. And in this video, we are gonna focus on the one on the left, the terracotta and gray metallic. But we do have a full video on the Hornet bike. If you want to take a look at that, it'll pop up in your screen right now in the top right corner. But as I said, we're going to learn and get to know this terracotta and gray machine. So we're going to learn just some general quality touches, features, some specifications, and really just get to know it better. And of course, admire this awesome metallic colorway. I think this bike looks awesome. If you're new to the channel, welcome to AlphaCars. We share daily motoring content on very cool things like this Ural, so definitely hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. But now, let's dive in to this gear up. So starting out, I will mention at the date of this video, this bike is available. It is for sale. If you're interested, just head over to our website where you can view the listing. It'll pop up in your screen right now in the top right corner. You'll find a technical breakdown, things to know about the build and specifications of the bike, as well as pricing. If you're interested in pricing, that's just one click away. Just go check out our listing and those questions will be answered. But now that we have that covered, just check out this color. This is one of my favorite colorways on the new Urals. Very clean lines with how the paint kind of blends into each other. I just think it's a very attractive machine, and we have great feedback on this color as well. This is kind of one of people's favorites we've learned. So this is a two-wheel drive sidecar motorcycle. It comes with a sidecar from the factory. It is designed to be used with a sidecar and only with a sidecar. It's not designed to be taken off. The bike, due to its frame geometry and front suspension design, it would actually be unsafe to ride it without a sidecar. But what that means, it's purpose engineered to have a sidecar, so it rides beautifully, tracks nice and straight, steers easily. If you've ridden other sidecar bikes that weren't originally sidecar bikes, have a ride on one of these and you'll be very surprised in a good way. It's powered by a horizontally opposed twin, makes lots of torque down low, which the twin plate dry clutch handles beautifully. That's right, it is a dry clutch like your automobile, and it's a twin plate, twin disc clutch, a couple different terms for it, just like you'd find in a high performance automobile application. So what that means is it's still a light clutch pull, even though it'll handle a bunch of torque, which it needs to from that twin there. And it is fuel injected, so we saw the throttle body on that side with a fuel injector in it, and then there's one on the other side, of course, as well. And I will start it up later in this video. We'll see it cold start, see how well that fuel injection system works, and we'll check out the controls for two-wheel drive and reverse. That's right, it does have a mechanical reverse gear, 4 forward gears as well. So that's all very exciting. Now let's start with a sidecar. We're gonna just do a thorough overview of it and check out its kind of features and standout quality items. So nice heavy duty front bumper on it. And these driving lights are standard. Nice LED driving lights, high quality, very bright. So you're gonna be seen more so by others, and you're going to be able to see where you're going more so. And something I want to mention, kind of why I'm showing you the side of this bumper, from the factory, the wiring to these is usually run on the outside of this, but what we do at AlphaCars, you can see the wiring barely visible, kind of tucked behind it. We drill the back of the bumper and use touch-up paint and a grommet there. So then, it prevents damage to the steel over time, of course protecting it in a proper way. And then we run the harness through the bumper and out the back, and then it goes into the sidecar. So that's just a step we like to take at AlphaCars. We kind of have a passion for perfection. And I think it looks great too, having that harness run through that bumper. It's not exposed to the elements, it's gonna be protected. Also, if you're riding off-road, it's not kind of, gonna get snagged or damaged if you happen to bump up into something as well, or something, kicks up at that bumper area. Checking out this textured finish, I'm sure you kind of noticed and are wondering what that is. This is a chip guard, or kind of in more common terms, you could think of it as like a truck bed liner. So this is applied at the factory underneath the paint, or before the paint, on the new components, and then the paint is applied over it, really done properly. And what this does is it gives the paint a little bit of flex, so it takes a lot more to chip it. It has a lot more abrasion resistance. So you think you look at the front of like your automobile, you see some paint chips. That's because things fly up on the road, and with the paint that's just on metal, it doesn't have a lot of give. So what gives when something hits it is the paint gives and it flakes off, and this prevents that. Or it would take a lot harder or a lot bigger of something to damage it and make it do that. So it gives it flex, and like I said, especially the rust prone areas, like in the wheel arches, it's all applied in there. So all 3 wheel arches, it's applied. The 2 on the bike, the 1 on the sidecar. I was just showing you inside the sidecar. It's applied in here as well, and inside the trunk. So inside the whole tub of the sidecar, you have this textured finish with that increased, durability. And like I said, the areas where stuff's gonna kick up from the tires, and years down the line, if that paint is all chipped and this bare metal, of course, what happens, it's gonna rust. So we see great longevity with this factory coating. They really kind of knock it out of the park with the durability there. So now looking inside the sidecar, nice contoured seat, just like in your automobile, very comfortable. Plenty of room in here. We have, videos where people that have been, 6'2" or 6'3" hop in the sidecar and they're like, wow, I have a lot of room, because we can see it actually goes in there pretty far for leg room. I'm 5'11" or 6 feet, right around there, and I'm very comfortable and have plenty of room, more room than I need inside of a sidecar. We have a fuse panel in here as well, with a European style outlet. We do have an online parts store. We sell hundreds of parts for these bikes. I think even maybe into the thousands, because we supply a lot of factory parts as well, not just accessories and upgrades. But we can ship them right to your door. Check that out. It'll be linked. It'll pop up for you in the top right of your screen. But I mentioned that because we sell an adapter to plug in to this European style that converts it to an American style. So then we can use, our car chargers and adapters we have here. And then this switch, this is just an extra switch that's ready to be used depending on what you want to add for accessories. So that's really cool. And something I like to mention is this rubber step, and we've got rubber mats inside. It just adds a quality touch, and it protects the floor of the sidecar as well against, kind of the abrasion from your feet. Classic expandable shovel, and it has a nice cover on it too. It'll protect the shovel from rock chips and the elements, so that's really a quality touch. And look at even the paint finishes of like a mirror finish, even inside the sidecar. There's really no areas you'll find that it's kind of thin, or they, didn't spray it as well. Like anywhere you can get your eyes on this bike, it looks beautiful. There is a little sticker in here. You can find the VIN and the color code. And looking in our sidecar, we have the factory toolkit, very comprehensive kit, lots of things in there. And we have the owner's manual. This is a 2022 owner's manual I just read. So I need to make sure a 2023 manual goes into this bike. So, but this also has a really ridiculous amount of service information in it. Exploded parts views, wiring diagrams, parts breakdowns, really any bit of maintenance or service you would need to do on this bike, you can do with what you get with it for no additional cost. That owner's manual / service manual and that toolkit, you can really almost do anything on this bike. It's quite amazing. And what comes with it, touch-up paint. We've got all 3 colors here. You think, oh, it's only 2 colors on the bike. Well, all the kind of frame and stuff, all the black accents, you get that paint as well. So any painted color on this bike, you have touch-up paint for it. And then this rolled up item right here, you can see how neatly that's rolled up. That's because I didn't do that. And that's the tonneau cover. So this goes over the sidecar, protects it from the elements. You could say, you know, makes it more aerodynamic as well. If you're interested how it looks with that and how to use it, there's also kind of some hidden kind of tips and tricks, I guess. You can use it for different things that are kind of cool. So I'll leave that video. It'll be a link for you to click on in the top right of your screen right now. Go check that out. It's a fun watch, learning the different things about that tonneau cover. And now back to this bike. I didn't even latch the trunk. It has a very heavy duty latch and it is lockable as well. So you can lock your items in there. But if I shake this rack, it shakes the whole bike. This thing is super heavy duty, over-engineered, really like the whole bike is. And of course, over-engineered in a good way. And we have a full spare tire. So, you know, it's not even like a space saver, quote unquote. You might get an automobile, full size. And the hub is designed to go on any 3 locations of the Ural. So no matter where you get a flat or you know, damage to a tire you can't repair on the side of the road or on a trail, you can throw this on any of the locations and be on your way. So really some awesome design behind that. So all the hubs are the same, because you think of the hubs, you would think they'd be all different, you know, with some wheels driving the machine, the front wheel just kind of gets pushed by the machine, just kind of freewheels. So awesome, like I said, engineering there where the hub will go on all 3 locations. So that is super, super cool. Let's take a look at before we take a look at the exhaust, we have a jerry can here. Classic Ural jerry can, and it says not for gasoline and drinking water. So use common sense there. Don't fill it up with gas one week if you're running low, and then fill it up with some Poland Spring water the next week if you're kind of thirsty. I would say just use that for gas, but we just think it's kind of funny that sticker is there. We find a little bit of humor in that. Now let's take a look at the exhaust. Once again, high quality, over-engineered. Check out those welds on the exhaust. We have the bracket here. Look how thick that is, that aluminum. Very thick rubber grommets as well. All stainless steel hardware, nice looking heat shields. And check out this 2-into-1 joiner here. Look how nice the welds look. It's like someone, you know, that's what you'd expect to see on like a TIG welded custom exhaust for your, you know, customized car or motorcycle. And this comes from the factory. So just very impressive there, especially to me personally. And it is a 2-into-1, as I mentioned, high mount. So we see all the ground clearance here, plenty of room to go over obstacles and whatever exploring or you know, maybe curbs you want to hop, things like that. So that is very cool as well. Let's check out some of the controls now as we make our way to starting this machine. We have a heel toe shifter for our 4 forward gears. There is a backup Kickstarter right here, just to mention. And then this is kind of where the magic happens between the sidecar and the bike. So we've got our rear brake, same place you'd expect it, you know, for a motorcycle. Nice, cool linkage. So the the sidecar, which holds your passenger, it has its own hydraulic circuit for the brake. So it has its own reservoir and its own master cylinder with a very heavy-duty guard on it as well. So that brakes both at the same time, which of course gives you kind of the maximum braking force and keeps things safe, because if you got to stand on those brakes, the machine will track straight and true. This little heel toe shifter is for reverse. So you would kick down on it when you're in neutral or first gear with the clutch pulled in, and then you're on your way to moving in a reverse direction. And for as long as you want, because it is a mechanical gear like your automobile. And this little lever is for two-wheel drive. That actuates the lever. This lever on the final drive, which then sends power through the CV joint or CV shaft to the sidecar rear wheel. So that's one of the improvements for 2023. There's many improvements. If you want to check them out on Ural's website, they have a technical list. But I will mention in this video the constant velocity shaft, or this drive shaft, like you would find in your automobile. So these used to be U-joints. So now with the CV shaft, it's, I don't want to say maintenance-free, but pretty much maintenance-free, all you have to do is just keep a close watch on the boots. If they start leaking or rip due to outside influence, just make sure they get repaired ASAP. That's really the only reason why these CV shafts kind of fail over time. The boot usually rips or starts leaking due to outside influence. It goes unnoticed, and then all the grease leaks out, which is what lubricates the joint, and then things are dry and they wear out prematurely, start making noise. So those really will last a very long time and operate very smoothly as long as those boots stay in good shape. So I just want to mention that. And just looking into the sidecar tub does have its own suspension on the sidecar frame, which also has its own coilover shock. So it is a very comfortable ride. These are kind of rubber dampeners. There is a spring in them in the middle as well. So like I said, you wouldn't believe how comfortable it is to ride in the sidecar of one of these bikes. It's a lot of fun. Now let's touch on the gas tank storage compartment. This is lockable. Usually it is locked. I just unlocked it for the video, so I can just open it for you. Even look at the paint finish in there. I can do my hair in it if I needed to. And it has a nice rubber gasket to keep as much moisture and the like out of there as possible. And if we check out putting my phone in there, that's a Galaxy S22 Ultra, a pretty large size phone, and I've got about 1 inch of play up and down and plenty of play left to right. So they made it a good size as well. We can fit our enormous mobile phones in there now. And now, taking a look at the controls, let me throw a leg over the Ural. We've got our clutch, easy to pull with 2 fingers, or at least for me personally. We've got our high beam. Our low beam's always on. That's high, that's flash to pass. Our blinkers, horn, heavy duty parking brake, very heavy duty control here, like no play in this lever, very satisfying to use. We have our throttle, kill switch, starter, front brake as well, and then this waterproof switch is for the front driving lights on the sidecar. I leave those on for us to look at. And these grips are very comfortable, kind of soft touch, nice knurling and feel to them. Really the only reason I would change these is to do heated grips, which we do offer and we can install for you. So now turning the bike on, we're in neutral and we're in run. Let's hit the starter. Starts right up, no matter what elevation or temperature or fuel quality. It's gonna run sweet every time due to that modern fuel injection system. It does have a high idle when it's cold, as that was a cold start. Just like your automobile, kind of warm things up faster, get some heat into those cats and keep the oil pressure up. And then of course it idles down to a nice smooth low idle when it's warm. You can see those nice driving lights, very bright. And they are LED. We do offer LED upgrades for the bike itself. Really hundreds of accessories and upgrades for these bikes, and really any way you might imagine, from cargo to different windshields, etc. So I want to thank you for watching this video. I hope you learned something new about the 2023 Gear Up. That's just kind of a highlight of kind of the things off the top of my head. You could talk for another hour about these bikes and mention many more things. But please leave a comment below. If you have any additional questions, I'll do my best to reply, or give us a call at 978-263-9000. We are motoring enthusiasts, so if you want to call and have questions about our inventory, talk bikes or cars, we are happy to do so. This has been Ian reporting from our Boxborough location. Please leave a like on this video and subscribe so then you don't miss the future motoring content.